He discovered the double life the other woman was living. He was so sure he was making the right decision. He looked at you and saw someone who had been with him through difficult times. He saw the woman who stood by him when things were not easy. But instead of appreciating what he had, he became distracted by someone new. She seemed exciting. She seemed perfect. She knew exactly what to say and exactly how to make him feel special. When he walked away from you, he did not look back. He convinced himself that he was moving forward to something better. He believed the new woman was everything he had been missing, while you were left trying to understand why someone you loved could live so easily. He was busy building dreams around someone he barely knew. At first, everything looked good. She gave him attention, made him feel important. She painted a picture of a future that seemed perfect. Whenever someone questioned her intention, he defended her. Whenever people warned him to slow down, he refused to listen. In his mind, he had finally found the woman who would make him happy. But the truth was the way, but the truth has a way of revealing itself. Small things started happening that did not make sense. He noticed she disappeared for long periods without explaining. He noticed that some of her stories changed depending on who she was talking to. There were moments when her words and actions did not match. At first, he ignored the signs because to believe that he wanted to believe that he had the best. Then the doubts became impossible to ignore. One day he discovered something that shocked him deeply. The woman he trusted was not living the life she claimed to be living. The person he thought he knew was hiding important parts of her life from him. There were secrets she never mentioned. There were relationships she never talked about. There were lies that had been carefully hidden bef- behind the scene. The more he learned, the more painful the truth became. Everything he believed about her started falling apart, started falling apart. He realizes that much of what attracted him to her was based on an image she had created. The honesty he thought she had was missing. The loyalty he assumed was there could not be found. The future he imagined with her suddenly looked like a dream built on sand. He could barely sleep. Questions kept running through his mind. He did not miss the sign. How did he miss the sign? Why did he ignore the warning? Why did he walk away from someone who had always been honest with him from the beginning? The answers were difficult because they forced him to face his own mistakes. For the first time, he stopped thinking about what he thought he had gained and started thinking about what he had lost. He remembered the way you loved him without pretending to be someone else. He remembered the way he remembered how he never had to wonder if you were telling the truth. He remembered your consistency. He remembered your loyalty. He remembered how you stood beside him even when life became difficult. The things he once called ordinary now seems priceless. As more truth about her came to light, his regrets became heavier. He started comparing the two relationships without even trying. With you, there was there was trust. With her, there was confusion. With you, there was honesty. With her, there was There were unanswered questions. With you, there was peace. With her, there was constant uncertainty. What hurt the most was knowing that he caused his own pain. Nobody forced him to leave. Nobody made a decision for him. He chose to walk away from a woman who genuinely cared about him. He chose to believe appearance instead of character. He chose excitement over stability. Now he was living with the consequence of the choice. Meanwhile, you were no longer the person he left behind. The pain of breakup had changed you. The tears eventually stopped. The sleepless nights became fewer. The questions that once haunted you slowly lost their power. You started rebuilding your life. You found strength where you thought there was none. You learned how to move forward without waiting for someone who failed to see your value. While he was uncovering painful thoughts, painful truths, you were discovering your worth. One day he looked at your life from a distance and realized something that hit him harder. You were healing. You were smiling again. You were becoming stronger. You were finding peace without him. That realization break something inside him. He finally understood that the woman he left behind was never the problem. The problem was that he failed to appreciate her when he had the chance. He chased an illusion and lost something real. Now he lives with the truth that cannot be changed. The woman he thought would make him happy was not who she claimed to be. The woman he took for granted was exactly who she claimed to be. And every day he remembers the choice he made. He is forced to face one painful reality. He left a genuine woman for a lie, and by the time he discovered the truth, he had already learned to live. You had already learned to live without him.